मानव अधिकार जिसकी बात हम आज करते हैं, उस भाषा, उस शब्द को हमारे जीवन में उतारने वाले एम.एन. वेंकटचलैया। एम.एन. वेंकटचलैया साहब हमारे साथ लाइन जुड़ रहे हैं। पहले वेंकटचलैया जी का संदेश।
Esteemed and honorable invitees and guests, Srimati Rajshri Rai, Chairperson, Balaji Foundation, ladies and gentlemen. On this memorable occasion, coinciding with the Amrit Mahotsav of our independence, I extend my respectful greetings and good wishes to each of my fellow citizens. I have had the blessing and good fortune to stand witness to the great events, the birth of our republic, and its inspiring journey of 75 years. They are very colorful events. Today, India has a place of pride in the community of nations. When our great leaders decided to make India a parliamentary democracy of the Republican model with universal adult franchise, the Western press was almost derisive and cynical about its success. How can, they asked, 330 million people without education manage the sophistications of a modern parliamentary democracy? It must go to the credit of the common sense of our people, our common man, the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker, that at the end of the 60 years, the same Western press called Indian democracy robust, but added that it was also the rowdiest. The debates in the Constituent Assembly rose to spiritual heights. Today, after 75 years, our nation is poised on a very sensitive bend of its history. Science and technology have opened up great opportunities. If not properly utilized, they can create enormous inequalities. Education, healthcare, skill development, livelihoods for a vast majority of our fellow men are the critical issues. Is it not somewhat ironic that while the common man in India has access to internet, mobile phones and television, but not to potable water, even for the rich in rural areas, a flush toilet is a luxury. World's GDP is said to be $84 trillion. USA has 21% of it. India has just 3% of it. Building nation's physical wealth and prosperity is the primary concern. Democracy is not contrary as some economic theorists assume. It is not inconsistent with social reform. There are two concepts of development. One is growth at all costs, ignoring and rejecting everything necessarily inconsistent with it, in the hope that ultimately prosperity will trickle down. The other is a friendlier version which postulates that social reform will lead to economic progress. Kuznets' concept of GDP does not fully capture the criteria of social well-being. If children are born, GDP will go down. If goats and sheep are born, GDP will go up. Today, every Indian has to commit himself to the enduring values of liberty, equality, fraternity and justice. They are not merely emotional ideas. Acharya Kripalani in the Constituent Assembly said they are mystic concepts and should not be seen and treated as mere contentious legal issues and ideas. Our generation has a great opportunity, nay, the moral duty to build a prosperous and happy India, of which each Indian should be proud. Nothing less is acceptable. That is what we owe to each other. That is our commitment to our social contract. With our great inherited cultural treasures of art, architecture, music, dance and drama, they will all enrich our lives. India will enjoy abundance. The Balaji Foundation is promoting and participating in the great adventure of nation building. I wish them well. The prediction of Arnold Toynbee was that the chapter which had a Western beginning will have an Indian ending if it is not to end in self-destruction of the human race. We shall all pray for this divine event. Thank you.
वेंकटचलैया और उनका सम्मान प्रदीप जी और मनोज जी मैं आपसे आग्रह करूंगी कि आप उनके बिहाफ पर सम्मान लें।